Okay, so we're going to fill out this trig functions table to help us with our values of sine, cosine, tangent, and their reciprocals. So the first thing you need to do is fill in all the degree measures. So 0 radians is 0 degrees. Pi over 6 is 30 degrees. Pi over 4, 45 degrees. Pi over 3, 60 degrees. And then pi over 2 is 90 degrees. Now I'm going to skip down 2 pi over 3 to 5 pi over 6. These values are all in quadrant 2. These first 3 right here were in quadrant 1. The skip over pi, and then the next 3 are in quadrant 3. Skip 3 pi over 2, and the next 3 are in quadrant 4. Use your unit circle to help you, or you can find the pattern and continue on with the degrees. Okay, remember in quadrant 1, everything is positive. In quadrant 2, sine and its reciprocal cosecant. In quadrant 3, tangent and cotangent. And then in quadrant 4, cosecant and its reciprocal secant. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go through and do the radians of, where 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2. So our ordered pair at 0 radians is 1, 0. So remember, sine is your y value. Cosine is your x value, and then tangent is y over x. And then cosecant, which is right next to sine, we're just going to flip that value. Same thing with secant, and then cotangent and tangent. Okay, so sine is y, so 0. And then I'm going to find the reciprocal of 0. So 0 would be in the denominator. So cosecant at 0 radians is going to be undefined. Cosine is your x value. X value is 1. Reciprocal of 1 is 1. Y over x is 0 over 1, which is just 0. But if I find the reciprocal of that, it's undefined. Pi over 6. So looking at our unit circle, pi over 6, the y value is 1/2. So when I flip that over, I get 2. The x value is square root of 3 over 2. If I find the reciprocal of that, it's 2 over the square root of 3, which we have to rationalize, so it becomes 2 square roots of 3 over 3. Tangent is y over x, so it's going to become 1 over the square root of 3. If I rationalize the square root of 3 over 3, and then the reciprocal would be the square root of 3. Pi over 4, sine and cosine have the same value, square root of 2 over 2. The reciprocal of that value is the square root of 2. Tangent is y over x. Well, square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2 is 1. The reciprocal of 1 is 1. On pi over 3, looking at the unit circle, the y value is square root of 3 over 2. The reciprocal of that is 2 square roots of 3 over 3. The x value is 1/2 with a reciprocal of 2. And then y over x is going to be the square root of 3. And the reciprocal of that is square root of 3 over 3 after you rationalize. The ordered pair at pi over 2 is 0, 1. So the y value is 1, reciprocal of 1 is 1, x value is 0, reciprocal of 0 is undefined. Tangent y over x is going to be undefined. But if I flip that over and have x over y for cotangent, it's 0. Now these values for 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 6 are going to be exactly the same values as what I had in quadrant 1. Except for cosine, secant, tangent, and cotangent are all going to be negative. Okay, So make sure when you copy down your values, the pi over 3 values go with the 2 pi over 3, pi over 4 goes with 3 pi over 4, and then pi over 6 goes with 5 pi over 6. The ordered pair at pi is -1, 0. The next three values are in quadrant 3, so the only things that's positive in quadrant 3 are tangent and cotangent. So that means sine, its reciprocal, cosecant, cosine, and secant are all negative. So do the same thing for above, pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3. Copy your values down here. The ordered pair at 3 pi over 2 is 0, -1. And then in quadrant 4, sine is negative, its reciprocal, cosecant, tangent, and its reciprocal, cotangent. And then you're just going to copy the values down from above. And then this last one, 2 pi, is the same as the first row, 1, 0.